House lawmakers are back on Capitol Hill today following the Thanksgiving break. And Senate Democrats have elected their new leadership team for the next session of Congress, which begins January 3rd. They reelected Senator Chuck Schumer to lead the way, this time as minority leader. Meanwhile, President-elect Trump's pick for Homeland Security Secretary is also on the Hill. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is looking to shore up support from Senate Republicans. She's holding several meetings where she's expected to discuss her vision for the department if she's confirmed. Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, is also back on Capitol Hill for more meetings with Senate Republicans today. CBS News has confirmed Hegseth was previously forced to step down from a veterans nonprofit group. That revelation is a result of a recent New Yorker article which accused the Fox News host of financial mismanagement, sexual impropriety, and being intoxicated on the job. Despite the controversy, he's pressing forward with his efforts to win support.
We're going to meet with every senator that wants to meet with us across the board, and we welcome their advice as we go through the advice in council.
CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes is covering the president-elect and his transition team. She joins us now from West Palm Beach, Florida. Nancy, what is the transition team saying about Hegseth's efforts to win over senators on Capitol Hill? Are they concerned that any of this reporting could impact his chances?
They are not expressing that concern if they have it publicly, Lindsay. In fact, they are out there publicly saying that the president-elect stands by him. They think that all of this reporting is simply based on gossip and innuendo, in their words, and the result of complaints from a disgruntled former employee of the organization that Hegseth once led. So they are completely dismissing the reporting that CBS News has done, the New Yorker has done, several other outlets. They say there's nothing to it. And so far, the Senate loyalists that Hegseth has met with, those Republican senators who are the tightest with President-elect Trump, who are unlikely to break with him on his cabinet nominations, they have said that this hasn't come up in their meetings with Hegseth, that they're not bothered by it. And a short time ago, one Senator, Josh Hawley of Missouri, said that if there are Senate Republicans who have concerns, that he's calling on them just to allow Hegseth to have a hearing, have his day on Capitol Hill to answer their questions before they make up their minds. Now, that's not the same thing as him urging them to support Hegseth. He's simply saying that for now, they should keep an open mind.
And Trump, Nancy, so far has rejected the use of FBI background checks for his cabinet picks. How is that impacting the confirmation process? And is there any update on when or if that will change?
Well, there are no Senate Republicans yet who have drawn a line in the sand and who have said, for example, that they aren't going to support any cabinet picks unless they have undergone an FBI background check first. That is something that would certainly get the Trump team's attention, because they can only afford to lose a small number of Senate Republican votes if they want to get any of these cabinet picks confirmed, assuming that all Democrats vote no. Now, an FBI background check isn't required by law. It is simply traditional. It is something that is always done when there are new nominees. And so if the Trump team pushes ahead with refusing to have the FBI look into some of these controversial nominees, then questions could arise from some more moderate Republican senators who will say, well, what is there to hide? Why aren't they willing to subject themselves to a background check, particularly some of the nominees who have been chosen to work in intelligence or law enforcement or the military? Typically, if there are skeletons in the closet of nominees like that, the Senate would like to know about it sooner rather than later.
Nancy Cordes, thanks so much.